Hey, roofers and HVAC business owners. So today we're not just talking taxes, right? We're talking about how to stop overpaying the IRS and finally keep more of the money you work so hard for. So these are three simple, powerful strategies that I use with roofing and HVAC contractors just like you to cut tax bills and boost bottom lines. So if you ever felt like you're paying too much in taxes or just not sure you're doing it right, this is for you. So if you ever felt like the IRS takes more than its fair share, right? It's like you're working hard all year and then boom, a huge tax bill, right? I hear this all the time from roofing and HVAC business owners. But here's the good news, right? You can keep more of your hard-earned money legally with the right strategies. And today I'm breaking down three key ways to lower your tax bill without, all the confusing accountant talk. All right, so let's get into it. So, if it's your first time here, hey, I'm Marika. I work with roofing and HVAC business owners just like you, right, to help boost profits and cut tax bills without the guesswork. So, over the years, right, I saved my clients thousands just by using a few smart strategies. And today, right, I want to show you how to do the same for your business. So, stick with me, right? This stuff can seriously change the game for you. All right. So let's talk about something that frustrates just about every single business owner I work with, taxes, right? Like we work hard all year, right? Put in the long days, manage crews, handle clients, and then tax time hits, right? And it's the more you make, the more they take gain. And here's the thing, right? If you're not careful, you could be, handing over more than you actually owe. But the good news is, right, you have options. With the right tax strategies, you can legally lower your tax bill and keep more money in your business and in your pocket. So let's break it down. So let's kick off things with strategy number one. And this one's big, right? Set up your business expenses the right way. So every dollar you spend on your business should be working for you come tax time, right? But a lot of roofing and HVAC owners miss out because they're just not tracking it properly. So if you're not categorizing your expenses like materials, labors, tools, trucks, mileage, right? Even your marketing, you're literally throwing away deductions. So let me give you a quick example, right? So say you spent $15,000 on roofing materials, $7,000 on labor, and another $3,000 on equipment rentals. If those costs aren't tracked and categorized the right way, you could miss out on the $25,000 worth of deductions, right? That's money that should stay in your business and not get handed over to the IRS. So here's what to do. Use a system like QuickBooks that's set up for contractors or something built for construction like Builder Trend. These tools help you categorize everything automatically and it makes tax season way easier. So because here's the bottom line. The IRS won't give you deductions you can't prove. So clean records also equals real savings. So now let's talk about strategy number two. And this one right here separates the savers from the spenders, tax planning. So most business owners only think about taxes once a year, right? And that's before the deadline. But real savings actually happen when you plan ahead. And it starts by working with a tax pro who actually understands roofing and HVAC, right? Not a general accountant who only shows up at tax time and misses half of your opportunities because they're only working on the information that you give them. And if that information is, not what it should be, or if you're missing things, they're not there to tell you, oh, hey, by the way, you may be missing this or this doesn't look right. They're there just to do your taxes. So that's the difference, right? So you should be meeting with your tax person at least twice a year. And you want to make sure your tax person, like I said, understands your industry and also understands accounting, right? Not just a tax preparer, because a tax preparer and accountant are different things. And I know a lot of people mix those up. So just make sure that they actually understand accounting and they're, credentialed or something in accounting, and they also know taxes, right? And they better understand your business, right? Roofing and HVAC have unique costs, seasonality and cash flow patterns. So if your accountant doesn't get that, right, they're leaving money on the table, right? They should be helping you defer income, accelerate deductions, and structure your business for, maximum tax benefits. So let's break it down with numbers, right? So say you're taking home $100,000 as a sole proprietor, right? You're paying 15.3% in self-employment tax. That's $15,300 going straight to the IRS right away. But with an S corp, right, you could split that into a 50K salary and a 50K in distributions. You'll still take home, right, the 100K, but your self-employment tax gets cut in half. So, right, that's 7,500 back in your pocket just from one move. And this right here is exactly why it's so important to work with someone who actually specializes in roofing and HVAC business, right? A general accountant might not even know these strategies exist, and that means you're probably leaving money on the table. The right tax pro, right, they'll help you keep more of your profits and make sure you're not overpaying the IRS for no reason. All right, strategy number three, avoid the kind of tax mistakes that the IRS loves. Because when business owners slip up, that just means more money for them, right? And trust me, I see this all the time with roofing and HVAC contractors who accidentally, right, overpay or trigger audits because of simple errors. So let's talk about what to watch out for. First, don't mix personal and business expenses, right? That's one of the biggest audit red flags there is, right? Next, stay on top of estimated taxes, meaning, missing a payment might not seem like a big deal until the penalties hits, right? And never ever guess on your income or expenses, right? So one small mistake, it can snowball fast. So let me break it down with numbers. Y'all know I love numbers. I'm an accountant. So if the IRS disallows just $20,000 in deductions, right, because your records are sloppy, right, you could end up owing 6 to 8,000 in taxes and penalties, right? If you miss an estimated tax payment on $50,000 of income, that's another $2,000 in fees by the end of the year, right? And if you underreport $10,000 in income, that's just another tax, right? You could also get hit with a 20% accuracy penalty plus interest. So keeping clean records, right, isn't just a nice idea, it's how you protect your profits. All right, so I hear this one a lot too. Marika, I think I overpaid last year. Should I go back and amend my return? And the honest answer is it depends. So, yes, you can amend your return if you miss some big deductions, right? You usually got up to 3 years to fix it. But here's the deal. Unless you're looking at a few $1,000s or more, it's often not worth the time, cost, or risk. Plus, once you amend that return becomes more visible to the IRS, and we don't want to invite extra attention unless it's really going to pay off. So my rule, if numbers are big enough, to move the needle, go for it. If not, focus on doing it right moving forward. So if you're ready to start saving right now, here's a simple step. Take just 15 minutes to review your last 3 months of expenses, right? Ask yourself, am I tracking every business related cost, right? Materials, tools, gas for the work truck, mileage, even marketing spend? If the answer is not really, you're probably overpaying the IRS. So let me put this in perspective. If you uncover just $10,000 in missed deductions, right, that could save you $2,000 to $3,000 of taxes, depending on your rate. Now multiply that by an entire year, of unkept records, right? How much money are you giving away, right? Get your records together now so when tax time comes, you're keeping more in your business and not handing it to the IRS. And if you want to go deeper into tax savings, check out my latest blog. It's called These Three Tax Deductions Can Save You Thousands, but only if you use them right. So I'll walk you through the biggest deductions that roofing and HVAC owners should be using, how to track them properly, and how to make sure you're getting every dollar you deserve. And if you want a personalized tax strategy that actually fits your business, go book your free profit and tax analysis over at my website. And let's make sure, you're not overpaying the IRS again this year. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Marika. I'm here to help roofing and HVAC pros like you keep more of your hard-earned money, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.